Good morning. Today is April 10th, and we're here at the Acushnet Council on Aging for our monthly board meeting. We have many people here in attendance. Lauren Golder, myself, Joan Howland, who goes by the name of Jerry, Deborah Raposa, Pauline Texera is not here today. Jerry Bergeron is going to be resigning, and I'll talk to you about that in a minute. Paulette Hudson is here, and Dan Smith is here. Jerry submitted his letter of resignation today. It's out at the desk, it just needs to be signed, so one copy will be for you and one will be for him. So, but then we will still have a full board. Okay, call to order at 10 a.m. May I have a person say a motion? Thank you, Paulette. And may I have a second?
Second.
And Deb, okay. Is there anyone opposed to this meeting? No? Okay, so all in favor, okay.
Well, how can we know that until it goes through?
No, it should be for the minutes of last month's meeting that you're making the motion.
Oh, okay, for
As
approval,
read.
Okay, as read, okay, that sounds good to me. Do we have any mail, that we need to share? No mail today, good. Okay, and you all have copies from the March 13th, meeting.
Yes.
And I would like to have, a motion to accept the minutes.
I need the motion to accept the minutes
Okay.
as read. Second.
Okay, and Jerry. Jerry with a J. And now I ask, is everyone in favor, anyone opposed to the minutes? Everyone in favor of the minutes?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, good, so the minutes are completely approved. Okay, we did talk about, under old business, the handicap accessible bus and van. I assume, Lauren, everything's been approved and the men have been trained?
Yes.
And it's now up and in use?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, and people need to call a good week in advance for doctor's appointments?
Yes.
Okay, so that policy hasn't changed?
Correct.
So the transportation policy is as it was in the past. And that was updated not that long ago, although we may be looking to update it, look it over again one more time.
Yes.
Okay, monthly newsletters. I did go around and I did deliver some already, but I told the people that I would mention their name on the little program that we have here, so that they would know that, people would know where they could get their newsletters from. And what I thought we could do today, if it's okay, is if everybody could take two that they would, be willing to deliver to, we'll take care of it. Now, I've already done, and I will finish them today myself. I've already done Bonneville Market, the Mill, the New England Conference Convenience Store and Mobile Station, the Library, and Lloyd's Market.
Okay.
And today I will have time to get them to Cam's Restaurant, the U.S. Post Office, both buildings at Town Hall, the Methodist Church. I give them to Marion Godomsky, she takes two sets, one for downstairs and one for upstairs, Presidential Terrace, Scuttlebutts. I think I did Scuttlebutts already. I know I did. Okay, so I can cross that one out. That's one less that I have to do. Tukey Supermarket. Would you give, does Nick see his mom every? Okay, so will you take care of Tukey's? Okay, thank you. Stop and Shop, I'm going there later. VFW and American Legion, I'll just stop by later on. Well, I would like everybody to kind of take two that they might be responsible for, that they wouldn't mind doing.
So you're saying these are all gonna be done this month?
Yeah, I've already taken
Except
care,
for
I've
the
already
library?
Yeah, I've done them all.
You did the library?
Yeah, yesterday, yeah. So I did them all, and I will finish the rest today or tomorrow. But I would like, you can think about it and just tell me later,
ones
like
do
if
you
everybody.
need?
I think she's all done right now.
Yeah, for now, right now,
Oh.
but, and you and I will do a couple, by the way, on the way home. But the thing is that if you can think about two that would be convenient for you.
We can
now.
do the VFW and Lloyd's.
Yeah, and we can do the mill and the post office, they're both right together.
Okay,
Yeah,
so,
we can do that too.
all right, so let me see. So I'm gonna put, D and D.
Yep.
That's the two of you. So you're
Yep.
gonna do the VFW,
That's a
right?
new name for us.
There we go.
D and D, and you're gonna do which other ones?
The
Lloyd-
mill
Lloyd-
and the post office.
The mail,
The
oh,
mill.
the mill,
Yeah.
okay.
And I,
D&D,
and I can do cams and,
Oh, right there.
the library if you want.
all right, and the library,
Linda, I'm gonna wait till the end and I'll take
You know,
what's
I'm
left.
gonna
Okay.
delivering yours too.
and you said cams, right? Okay,
Yes.
We
So-
can do it together.
okay, you can go together. One of you can drive, one of you can run in,
Do
okay?
Trookies, as we said.
And you're gonna do Trookies, okay? You and I have the same initial, so I have to write down
LG.
Lawman instead, yeah, Lawman. Okay, good. So,
Well,
all right,
well, I'm at
Cam,
it. I'm sorry.
yeah, go ahead.
Well, I'm at it. I might as well do the VFW and the American Legion.
Are you
Well, I
sure?
got the VFW.
You have it, okay?
You wanna do the American Legion?
Sure.
All right, thank you. Wow, that takes quite, you have taken quite a few, all right,
Six,
good,
that's six.
good.
They're all right in the same area.
Yeah, and I'll do some too,
I
yeah,
can do the library too if you don't want to. I'm not far from the library, honestly.
You wanna do the library?
Sure.
Okay.
yeah. Okay,
I can
Okay.
do it on my way home.
Okay.
uh-huh.
So what do you have left?
All right, what we have left would be Bonneville Market, which is right inside the door, you just step it in, you put
Okay.
it right there, you know. The US Post Office, Pauline usually likes her husband to do that.
Okay.
The Methodist Church will be Marion Godonsky. The New England Convenience Store and Mobile Station, they have me put them down by the coffee area.
Okay.
But there's not really a lot of room, so I just put them on the counter.
Yep.
I think they get used kind of as, what do you call those things?
Coasters?
Yeah, but you know,
Placemats.
yeah, but somebody can, you know, do what they have to do on top of it and then take it, you know,
Yeah,
so that's
really.
good, yeah, yeah. Presidential Terrace, not a problem. Scuttlebutts, not a problem, yeah. So, did you say Lloyd, who said Lloyd Market?
Us.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Well, that still gives you quite a bit, though.
Yeah,
No,
that's
that's
fine.
okay.
It's all right near us. You know.
Now,
It's 6.
I need to ask you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I have you done this for 5 of them, that's good.
This is fine.
5. I would need to ask you, do you wanna pick them up from here?
The post office, who's doing that one?
Post office would be Pauline.
Pauline.
Oh, it's gonna
Yeah,
be
she said her
Pauline. Oh,
husband does it.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So what I need to ask you is, do you want them to pick them up here, or do you want me to just drop them at your house?
Oh, we can
That-
come get them. I'm gonna put you out.
No, well, I live right near you, so when I'm down here, I'll
Okay.
pick them up, I'll have them in packets of 20, and I'll just bring them to you.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
all
fine.
right. And, I'll talk to you about it later, Jerry, so we've
Okay.
got quite a bit done, good.
I only
Thank
have
you.
2, but you can add to that.
All right, what 2 do you have?
Bonneville and convenience, Nathan.
Oh, you are gonna do Bonneville, okay.
Okay.
Okay, Jerry, and you do the convenience one?
Sure.
Good, all right. Good. All right, and
I
then
can also do, I didn't even realize the town hall buildings. I'm always running over there anyway, so.
all
I'll
right,
do
so
that
that's
too.
Norman, all right. See, my job will be to deliver to you people, and your job will be to,
There we go.
yeah. And then,
Linda, when is it ready? Like the first of the month, like when?
So typically, I do at least submit by maybe like the second to last week of
Okay,
the month that we're in. So like for April, for example, I tried to have it at least by the end of the month, so they'll be in for the first of the next month.
okay, so it's before that, all right. So by the first, definitely done?
Yes.
Okay.
yeah. Unless something goes wrong, but I can keep everybody updated too when they're in.
and I can, do the rest. And Pauline, Paulette, when you're with me, I'll be dropping some off and you'll be with me, so we'll be like,
Okay.
we'll be a partner, so
Here you go.
everything's done.
Okay.
Everything gets done, good. Okay, does anybody want a clean copy for,
I'll take- Thank you.
anybody else need a clean copy for? No, okay. You people are wonderful, thank you. I don't wanna say you're easy, cause that doesn't sound nice, but you were easy to deal with, thank you. Okay, now, we had under old business, but it's sort of like new business, so I'm gonna kind of combine it. We had homework, and that was to look over the use of the building policy. So let's just kind of go through the new business first, and we'll go back to that, okay? Are we going to still review the transportation policy?
Yes, I did
Okay.
have those prepared.
Okay, so you'll give those to us before we
Yes,
leave,
yeah.
okay? And upcoming events to be held at the ACOA. First of all, I wanna let people know, all of those names that we just mentioned, will have newsletters available, And there's so much in the newsletters. The whole back cover is a schedule of the regular events that take place. But there are also other special programs in the newsletter that people would be interested in. For example, we have a lot of trips coming up. And when you walk into the Council on Aging, right across from the receptionist desk is a big white bulletin board, and on it there are at least 12 different flyers of special events that are taking place here at the council and the trips that are coming up. And a lot of the trips do fill up very, very quickly, but there are waiting lists. So I wanted to mention some of the things that are going on here at the council, just so you will know. We have a group called Buried in Treasures. I don't know about you, but I have a lot of knick-knacky things and glasses and that I have collected, and I just can't get rid of them. I take them out to get rid of them, and I put them back. I wash them, put them back. For people like me who collect things like that, this group is excellent. Buried in Treasures. And they meet on Saturdays, and there is a contact person and a paper out at the desk. We also have an adult grief support group, and this is in Dartmouth, yes. But we have information on this, so in case somebody does not want to come local, because we do have a group here too, you can go there in Dartmouth. Moxie Caregiver Connection. This is for people who are taking care of relatives that need help, or even for yourself, just to know more about home personal training, home modification, community resources, education and training workshops, and there are phone numbers, and it's a two-sided flyer that tells you everything that you need. I'm going too fast? Oh, I'll slow down. Okay. So, let me tell you, no.
You knew that was coming.
You asked for that, John. Tony Rose also has an open discussion group, and about grief counseling or loss, any kind of loss. You know, divorce is a loss. You know, death. Okay. So those are some wonderful programs offered here at the council and close to the council, and information that we have. Now we come to the trips. All right, I'll slow down because people, you know, yeah.
They like the trips.
Halloween in Salem. Ooh, spooky. Okay. American Bandstand. It's called Beautiful Aqua Turf Club. Winnipesaukee Scenic Railroad Tour. These are coming up in the future. This one here is September, of course, Halloween, October. Provincetown 46th Carnival Parade. The Boston Duck Tour. And these are just a couple of what's being offered. So, all of the flyers are right across from the reception desk. Okay.
And signups for those are April 16th. Or starts, I should say.
Okay, now, we'll go back to use of building policy. Lauren gave us some examples from Rochester and Dartmouth, which were helpful. I carefully scrutinized our policy and theirs this morning at 6:30 because, you know, it's homework, and I wanted it to be fresh in my mind, not because I was procrastinating. I don't want you to think I was procrastinating. I put it in this nice folder so it would look like I knew what I was talking about. Okay. And we did talk about everyone who has a key for the Council on Aging. First of all, Lauren is in charge. Anything we discussed today, she has final say on. But I do think that some of these keys need to be taken back, or at least you need to have a good handle on who has them. For example, I know, and I'm not gonna mention everyone, but Jessie in the kitchen needs a key.
Right.
Town hall and the fire department need keys.
Debbie and I have a suggestion about that, because from what I understand, there are so many keys out. Why don't we do a lock change and then have people sign for the keys?
Excellent idea, excellent idea.
And then one thing on that too, I have had a few groups asking for additional keys, which I don't think necessarily is a great idea. I think one key per group, and then if there's multiple key holders or or there should be one key holder, but if there's different group leaders, I think they should work amongst themselves to decide if one person can't make it to the meeting, then they need to do it, or reach out like during business hours and I can set something up, or if I have to stay a little bit extra to make sure that they can get into the building.
Yeah.
But I think just one key per group also is,
Absolutely.
If we do
Start
this,
a whole
we'll
key
know
list.
where every key
Right.
is, and they'll
Exactly.
sign for the keys.
Right.
So
Good
that
idea.
if the time comes that we need it to be returned, we know who has it.
And I was thinking maybe even a paper they sign that they cannot be, duplicating the keys among
Right.
themselves.
right.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
There are certain keys that you can make.
That say do
That
not
you
duplicate,
can't.
yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm thinking, people do not need a key to get out of the building. They don't need a key to put on the alarm and leave. So if their meetings were closer to the closing time of the council, someone could stay a little bit later, or one of us, a person who has a key would be willing to let them in, so.
The only caveat with that I would say was the front lock, it's a little strange. Even when we do use it looks like almost like I don't even know like an iron, I guess, so it has like the
Yeah,
big red top. That when you lock the door from the inside, for whatever reason, the handle doesn't lock. So you do still have to use the key in some instances to make sure that the handle's locked. So I guess with that, we would just have to
Okay,
make
I
sure
didn't
that we're
realize
locking with
that.
the key. But I think it would
So
still.
they
Yeah.
would need a key then.
Exactly.
Okay, I did put some question marks next to some people that I don't know that they really do need a key, depends on when they have their meetings.
Yes.
So,
I can't say, I don't know if you want me to say the name out, but he is from IT.
okay, what is IT?
Like
It's for the
tech.
computers.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So he needs to get in here to fix things?
He doesn't come often, but I think just in the event that there was something going on, or like an issue with the cameras or what
Okay.
have you, I don't
Right.
think it's a bad idea that he,
No, I agree with you, he's almost like a town
Yes.
hall person.
He
exactly.
would do the computers too, right?
Yes.
IT, yeah.
Yes, yeah. He does work remote, but he does go into the town hall
Yeah.
periodically.
And if they trust him with a key,
Yeah,
we can
right.
trust him with a
Well,
key.
another thing that came up too, and it would be a cost, and that could be in the future that we save up for, or even like a fob system like the town hall has, where you just swipe, and that can't be duplicated at all.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Right.
Ideas.
And it's
That's a good
programmable, and
idea.
we could go in and delete access as needed, so that's something that we could even work towards in the
That's
future.
really- That's
But
much more control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would cost a lot of money though, but.
We
which
had
is-
that at the schools,
Yeah.
we have that,
Yeah.
to get in and out.
But just something to work towards, and it could be a goal of ours to, save up for. or-
Sure.
Yeah, but people would also need to realize that they just couldn't, oh, I'm invited by the council, I'm gonna stop in, they can't just do that.
Yeah, I mean, we really don't have control on how many keys are out there.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
was never, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But now,
But I think that this list that you have is good, and I know that you know some of these people that I don't know who they
Yes.
are, but.
Yep, so if anybody has any questions
Yeah.
regarding any of those names, I can go over,
Okay,
we can talk about it.
yeah, all right, so that part, that was kind of easy. The next thing is the groups and when they meet. We have some people that meet Sunday evening, Monday evening, Wednesday evening, Thursday evening, Saturday morning. We need to know, do they really need to meet at those times? Our council is open from 8 in the morning until 4 o'clock. Can some of these groups meet?
During those hours, yeah.
Or can it be consolidated so that if someone has to be here with them, like a custodian, and be paid, can it be consolidated? That's a thought too, There was in the past a group that came in the evenings, and Heather asked me, I was working here at the time, and she asked me to come in, and I was paid to open up and to close up and just to kind of be around. And that was very nice, but I think sometimes maybe it could be the custodian. There might be work that he does during the day that he can do, if he would be willing to.
Just to be
hours.
here, yeah.
Yeah, and that would, but I don't wanna talk about what his hours are, that's between you and him.
yeah.
That's just a thought.
Yeah, no,
Just a
absolutely.
thought. Okay. Now, we had Rochester and Dartmouth. And I went through hours, and I liked everything that was on the front page about the different groups, who they were. Like, for example, Group 1, first priority, the Acushnet Council on Aging Senior Center programs and activities. Any of the activities that we have is Group 1, just so that people know. And the other groups, that all fits pretty well with what we had already. We had this reading thing at the bottom, it said first reading, second reading approval. I think at this time, we're just talking about it, but you need to work that out with the town, how we, do that.
Yes.
Okay. I went over all of our rules and regulations and procedures, and I thought that they were all good, all very complete. I would even add a couple to them that we'll talk about later. Let's see. I did have a question on page 3. An adult must supervise any children in attendance at all time. Any custodial staff needed must be indicated at the time of the request. So again, custodial staff and adult supervision. I thought that was really important. And I'll give you these notes later. And anybody who has anything to add, just jump right in. I went through the fees and the group numbers. I figured Group 1, the senior center and our activities. Group 2, related organizations. For example, the garden club has meetings here, that's a related organization. Group 3, the youth group and nonprofit. Youth group might be something like Scouts, I think. Then there were nonprofit and individual groups. And those are the group 3, 4, and 5 are the ones that we charge in the security fee. I do think that the fees are a little bit high, and I was taking a look at the Dartmouth COA, and some of their fees are high, but some are pretty good. For example, Group 3, $25 per hour, that's not bad. Well, we could say, and this is just my suggestion, and people out there might not like it, but the Scouts, maybe they could give us $25 for the evening. Just,
Each time they meet, that would be
Yeah.
$100 a month.
Or even if we could group it in as like a monthly fee and
Sure.
kind of give
Yeah.
them like a little bit of a bundle deal or
Sure.
work something out that way. But
Yeah.
I agree.
because they don't meet all year round, do they?
I believe so.
Oh, they
Yes.
do,
Yeah.
all year round, okay.
Unless they take a break for summer, I haven't been here for
I
the summer
think
yet,
so.
so I don't know.
think they are off in the
I'm only
summer.
going off of how long I've been
Are
here,
they
so I
every
don't
week or
know.
every other?
Are they every week?
They're every week.
They do meet
Okay.
weekly, yes.
Yeah.
They did recently hold their spaghetti supper here, and then they had their Eagle Scout ceremony this past Saturday.
And that's a little bit different because they had kitchen use and
Right.
preparation, and the cleaning deposit. We haven't really talked about a cleaning deposit, but maybe that's something we could do. I'm sure you have an application that they fill out.
Yes.
The Rochester application was excellent. I'm sure ours is too.
So this is ours actually, and I apologize if I didn't provide that last
Okay.
meeting. I do have to update it. Heather's information is still on here.
Right.
But that is something I do plan on updating very soon. We do have a few groups that are looking to utilize the building. I will mention when they do come to fill out the application that we are reviewing the policy, and in the upcoming months, hopefully by like July when everything kind of starts fresh for the fiscal year, we could provide them with a new policy if everyone agrees to. But I will go over that changes could be made.
We do have people who use the gazebo. I think that's what it's called outside.
Yeah.
It's not a gazebo, but
That's what it is, right?
oh, that's what it is? Okay, all right, they use the gazebo outside. And, and in Rochester, people are charged for using outside facilities. I don't know how people feel about that.
Are they using our electricity for those?
Just the speaker, we have
Yeah, we
mics.
have electricity outside,
So,
yeah.
maybe there should be a small fee just to
Yeah.
cover utilities.
I mean, like $5 or something like that.
Per class or something like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and there are 3 groups who do use that. I'm just gonna say support groups in general.
Yeah,
You know,
mhm.
yeah, they use that outside. Which is, but they still probably require a key because if they need to get into use the toilets or something, so I don't know, Also, under rules and regulations, from Rochester, they do say, do not turn off any lights or appliances, do not touch any electric panel boxes or any switches in it. That maybe should be added to ours,
Even the thermostats, there was an instance
Right.
that one of the thermostats was turned on, or turned up, I should say.
Oh, see.
They're locked. We do have a key, so I'm not sure if somebody knew where the key was. I couldn't exactly pinpoint what day over the weekend it occurred, or, the time frame. I tried to review the cameras. So I have
Yeah.
recently moved the key, just to see if that,
Absolutely.
helps, but we'll see.
So when people came in, were they cooking or were they freezing? What was?
They moved it, they turned it up, so they were cold, which, I do understand, we do try to leave it at like a reasonable temperature. It was up, I think, to like 73, 74, and it was on
Yeah.
all weekend at that.
Yeah, see, that's
temperature.
not fair.
Yeah.
I could have come here to get warmed up, but my house is so cold. Yeah. Is there anything anybody would like to add, or anything that we should have done about this more than what discussion?
I think I'd like to say, first of all, that the reason we have to charge anyone is because we have, bills to pay here at the COA.
Exactly.
We have to make some money to cover everything.
Yeah.
We have our electricity, everything. It costs a lot to keep this building up.
And the budget that we have, I'm sure it's adequate, but it's not going to be adequate for long because
No, I know.
things are
Yes.
going up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I am thankful to the groups that we do have coming in, and they are respectful and they do clean up after themselves. However, it's our cleaning products that are being used and such, so
Yeah,
it is still our
exactly.
cost at the end of the day, that although they are helping to take care of the building, it's still our supplies that are being used, so.
Right.
I only mention it because some people might think, hey, this is a government building, why should we have to pay? And this is why we have to pay, because we have upkeep.
Not only that, they cut our funding.
Yeah.
So we have to make,
It would be nice to be able to offer these things for free, but we just can't afford it.
When we had a community center, that helped out a lot, but we
Yeah.
no longer have a community
Right.
center. But there are other rooms available for meetings. For example, the library does have a room. Town hall does have a room on the side of where they have some of their meetings.
yeah,
The schools have rooms. I'm sure these people might not be liking what I'm saying. We're offering their rooms up, but the thing is, people have to think too. They can't just say, "Oh, senior center." But,
Right. right.
And as far as I know, that the school does come with a hefty cost, more so comparable to what I would be looking for to implement. I'm not looking to break anybody's bank, and I don't want anybody to miss out on their important meetings
Right.
and
Right.
the community, but we still have to take care of our building too.
Is anyone now paying for these meetings? That's what I
So
thought
we
you
do
said.
have our senior groups, and actually, they don't require any payment, just based on what you could see in our policy currently, and they do make a donation monthly. The Garden
Okay.
Club is great at it, St. Teresa's group, Mount
I thought you
Carmel.
said last month that
Yes.
nobody was paying.
No, so none of the outside groups.
Okay.
So the list that we have with the schedule, the Monday group,
Yeah.
the Sunday to
Yeah.
Saturday group, none of those groups are
Okay.
currently donating or
Okay.
paying anything at the
And
moment.
those
would
the
be-
option to, when the thing is open, just move your date.
But I will say our senior groups, and they don't have to, just again, based on
Yeah.
our policy, and this is, essentially their building, and those groups are really phenomenal at making sure that they donate to us.
They do.
Yeah.
And
And they don't have to, again.
And they don't have to.
Exactly.
Right.
But they do. Right. Well, this way, people in the town of Acushnet know that we are not looking to waste their money.
Right.
So
Exactly.
We are looking to spend it frugally, and
And any money that we did receive, if we move forward, I would like to kind of house that in a bank, and it could be for things for the building, any maintenance-related issues. We just recently had to buy 2 new sump pumps, which was close to $400.
Sure.
So just being able to kind of have a little bit of a nest of, although, you know, even if it's $25 a meeting or what have you, all of that would eventually add up. And if we need new blinds or, you know,
Right.
we're working on the bathrooms currently, which was actually a grant.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to get panicky seeing all this construction going on. It did not come out of our budget. That was a grant. But again, just making little, you know, updates and facelifts to the building, I think would go a long way. And if we had that money coming in, we could do something special.
That grant that we got was cut in half, wasn't it?
100%.
So-
Yes.
so
Well,
that-
50%.
Yeah.
100% yes agreement to you, but 50% it was cut.
Yeah, so right away, we were
Yeah.
half in the hole.
Yes. Yeah, it was supposed to be, I believe, 80, and then they cut it to 40.
Yeah.
And we had the roof to worry about, or doors, or there were
Yes.
other things.
Exactly. And the bulk of it right now, I think, is going to the bathrooms, just
Yeah.
those, and when I say bathrooms, it's the fixtures, the toilets. No, we're not even looking at the sinks or the hand dryers or the flooring, it's to the toilets is where all of that is
I hear
going.
so many things about the hand dryers. First, I heard that they are more sanitary than paper towels being used and thrown all over. And most recently, I heard that they are not. They just kind of blow the germs around.
Yes,
So, yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
there were
which
two
is
sides to it, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
I think people have to wash their hands and then just wipe them on the floor.
Take your chances on that.
Just,
Something, I don't know, yeah. But I'm sure that's something that, you know, we'll stay on top of it and
yeah,
we'll
the
do what we have to
scientists,
do.
scientists are saying now that
Yeah, they're
it
not.
blows the germs in.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
that's
That does
right.
make sense, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the people are saying, oh, let me dry my hands and throw it on the floor
I
instead
know.
of into
Oh,
the
I
basket,
know.
you know?
Oh, yes.
That is just the cost in general of the paper towels.
Paper
And the
towels too, yeah.
Because some people don't use one or two.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
I'm guilty of it. I
Yeah.
I am a towel.
I
Some
am-
people don't.
I am too. I have a towel in my bathroom so I can dry my hands. But it's like I still take the those disposable ones that you leave for people, and I'm in between each finger. So I use
Yeah.
like more than one, you know, and the towel just gets thrown in the wash anyways without hardly being used. So yeah, I know we all have our little idiosyncrasies.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, are we kind of through with this policy for now?
So the only thing I would like to wonder is if, I don't know if this is, yes, in order to just move forward with reviewing the policy or making any changes that I would bring back to the board.
All right, so I would like to place a motion that Lauren, as our director, will keep in mind everything we spoke about today, review the policy, maybe make a few changes, and then come back to us again for like a first reading and then maybe even a second reading. And I don't know if you have to have anyone at town hall approve it, but they can take a look at it with you, you know.
From what I had, when I spoke with Selectman Hinckley, I, just kind of filled him in on what I was looking to do. So he did suggest that we did get a vote today if everyone feels comfortable, just saying that, the green light to kind of move forward and further review the policy and make some changes as needed. I would bring it back maybe next month or the following month. Everybody would review here. We could make more suggestions or any changes. And at that point, if we thought it was, good to go, I could bring it to town hall, and it eventually would make it on the selectmen agenda where they could vote on making an official change to the policy.
Okay, so it does have
So
to
it's some-
go event.
yes,
It's
it would
a
be-
work in progress.
Yes, absolutely. I would say even a few months, in the making, but.
When it comes down to it, who's gonna decide about the fees?
So I would think as a group, I'll do the best that I can and make a rough draft of what I think
Okay.
would be an appropriate,
Okay, perfect.
kind of fee schedule. Then we could vote on it, I guess, here
Yeah,
again,
sure.
and if you had any other suggestions or wanted to make any changes, and again, ultimately it does get approved, I think, by the selectmen
Right.
and by town hall.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone else have anything to add? No? Okay. Now, should we then put the transportation policy on hold until this one is finished?
That's up for everybody else too. I have them ready. I had provided, I believe it was New Bedford and Fairhaven, just to attach along with what
Yeah.
ours looks like, I think it's helpful to just compare what other towns are doing. But I have that ready today if you folks wanna move forward, or if you wanna put it on hold and.
What do you suggest?
Do you wanna send it home with us like we did last time with this?
Well, I would think so, but I was thinking that since it was recently reviewed,
Right?
we could put it on hold, you could put it in a folder, and we could continue to work on this one.
Okay.
That's what I think. How do you feel?
Yeah, I think that's fine. Either way, I'm okay with.
Everyone else, what do you
That's
think?
fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna put on hold for that one. And I put for the other one, use in work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. I don't know if we should put this out there in Acushnet or we should just handle it within the board. So I'll just say it. Jerry Bergeron is no longer a member.
Mm-hmm.
We do have enough board members. I don't know if we should consider replacing him. And it would be nice to have another male on the board because you're all alone, you know, and
Yeah, I like it this way.
Yeah. You're not really all alone. We have John.
I'm not alone, that's right, we have it.
Yeah. But you know, sometimes it's just nice for another point of view,
Okay, right.
another, so why don't we think about that and then, you know, if some, you know, I don't want like 1,000 people to come and say, oh, I'll do this, I'll do this.
Right.
But, you know, it's.
I'm not
it's
sure,
up-
can we specifically ask for a male, because that might violate,
No, oh, no, we cannot do that.
No.
No.
yeah, I didn't think so.
We're just gonna need someone who has personality, charm,
Did I get you?
wit, of course,
had it in.
yeah,
Yeah.
intelligence, and of course, good looks, you know.
There we go, there we go.
You know, because John said the camera breaks if anybody doesn't look good, you know. Isn't that what you said?
Is that why he's on the other side of the camera?
That's not very nice.
I'm just kidding, you know.
And do you edit this before it
Never.
goes? Oh my goodness. People out there were really very normal. Okay, does anyone have anything else to add? Anyone from the board?
Did we have to take an official vote? I'm obviously new to this.
Oh, yes, I think we should. Okay, I need a motion to say that Lauren will continue to go over what we have discussed today and bring it back to us at future meetings, having to do with the use of building policy. So I need a motion, Paulette.
Motion to accept?
And, okay, Paulette and Deb, okay. Deb. Okay, I always want to put Raposa Deb. I don't know why. I always make an odd and I have to change it. Okay, and now, because it was on the agenda about the transportation policy, I would like a motion to put the transportation policy on hold since it was reviewed within the last year. We'll just put it on hold until this one other policy is done. Okay, Paulette? Jerry, did I see you jumping up and down?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And Jerry? Okay. And we have no information from the board. Our next meeting is Wednesday, May 8th. I don't think there'll be a problem, but I'll be working at the desk that day and in here. But like one time in the past, Gary just sat there and answered the phone, because our meetings aren't long and I'll be in here. Okay, so next meeting is Wednesday, May 8th at 10 o'clock. And I need a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Make a
Paulette?
motion to adjourn.
And a second.
Second.
Okay.
How do you spell
We
your
are
name?
adjourned.
J with a J?